This is Radio Bandiego, your band's reveal, with your hosts, Shyla Day and Florentino Buenaventura.
Oh, yeah, this is the third segment of Radio Bandiego, powered by the mighty WS Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in Internet Talk Radio, and brought to you by SIR Music Equipment Rental and Pitbull, where they just want you to play it loud at pitbullaudio.com. Or if you guys ever get a chance to go to National City, they've got a great shop down there. You know, as we've seen some of the local shops go, you know, not faring weather in this current market, they're actually doing really good. They got a nice showroom down there, so you can check it out. And we are here with the International Hustlers.
Yes.
These guys are hustling. They're making it happen. we always have good conversations in the breaks, and we had Ty was bringing up some cool stuff. We were talking about the Grey Boy All Stars who are from here.
Yeah. I had a band, Clyde's Ride, way back in the day. That was another funk band. Used to play with that band all the time, open up for them, and did a little touring with them B-side players. But we were just commenting that when they left town, that scene kind of left with them.
Yeah, right.
And I think we're all trying to rebuild that scene a little bit, but it's been disheartening sometimes. The cerebral type of music isn't as appreciated as it used to be.
Yeah.
Or jazz and funk, anything that's So we were just kind of conversing about that.
And we've talked about it. Me and Chris have had a chance to chat. You guys actually played. I looked at Atomic. You guys played over there, or at least a collection of this group played over there. And one of the things that we think is community is a big thing. We think that building a community of like-minded players and stuff like that. So I think that's huge. Tell us about, you've got a collection of players that you've had, Chris. Tell us how you've kind of gotten all these. We heard about Craigslist. How are the other ways that you've been able to find, we talked about different places we've played. Talk about your community.
Yes, absolutely. Ty, obviously, he's been here since day one. The great saxophone maestro, alto, the amazing, I can't say enough good things about Mr. Charlie Arbalaz. He found me on Reverb Nation.
Okay.
Probably, so then we hooked up with that, and Charlie came down. It's been really great. Like Paul was saying earlier, I met Paul at the jam session. That's where I go and recruit a lot of my players. And then on a whim, on a Thanksgiving evening, the night after, I had to find a bass player. I went through about 18 different bass players, and I finally found Chris Duvall from a friend of a friend of a friend, and he's been here ever since. Bryce Giuliani.
No, this is good. How did we meet, Chris? Or
We've gone through about 4 or 5 different drummers in the International Hustlers, and I finally got tired of drummers who would, come from a more jazz background, which has a softer caliber to it.
Yeah.
So I put an ad up on Craigslist that said, and I'm gonna put the censored version here for the radio, but explicitive drummer needed, for a band, and Bryce saw that ad. And I don't know if you can tell it from your side.
I answered exactly what he asked. I said, hey, if any drummer's got the, what you're looking for, I said, it's me.
Drummers are always the crazy guys, right? It has to be.
Right, yeah.
Goalies.
No, I think keyboard players, we don't have a keyboard player here, but I think keyboard players have kind of started to take that route a little bit. But, that shout out to Josh if he's listening. That's our keyboard player. But, drummers have been, are known to be crazy. So much so that you guys actually go out and make clothing companies, right?
Sure. I have one. It started from drums, for drums.
What's the name of the company?
Deemer Nation. You can go to deemernation.com, and I'm the deemer, so I deem actions at times just by humor and having fun. So that was my nickname. And we just put that into some actual wearable clothing for drummers, since we hardly wear clothes, period. It's like we're shirtless or... So stuff that can breathe, a lot smarter, there's nothing worse than being dripping wet in a t-shirt it can breathe, it vents, it's like the athletic style.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll bring some in for some giveaways or something.
Well, you could have done what the No Doubt drummer does. You could play his butt naked up there.
Hey, water polo, Speedo, never know.
That's pretty crazy. We're going to leave that to the percussion guy. So, you guys do a lot of individual things too.
Yeah.
And our man over here has an album coming out. So you want to go ahead and tell us about it?
Sure. Thanks so much.
Go ahead and get it right into the microphone.
Sure, of course. Thanks. Nothing. I recorded my first album with my group back in the beginning of February. So we're still going through the mixing process. It's always
Where'd you record it at?
Well, at a friend's studio actually. His name is Hiroyuki Ikezi, and he has the
Awesome name.
Hiroyuki Ikezi Foundation. And he's a very, very big supporter of the arts here in Southern California.
Nice.
And so we're looking to hopefully release the album end of June, July. There's no rush. I'd rather do it, right, the first time rather than, try to make a date or anything like that. But I feel really good about it. Very excited.
Cool.
It's great stuff.
All sax or any vocals?
Well, we have saxophone. I have different groups on there. I have a sextet, a quintet with alto, sax, and trumpet, and then we had a trombone in there as well, and then piano, bass, and drums.
Yeah. I'm starting to notice there's a lot more horn players around town. At least you start looking at them. I go down to Felix's all the time, and we're good friends with Joe Luna's band, and then there's Bumping Brass. That's the 14-piece band around here. We're starting to see that come up. We really are. So with that said, what do you guys think we should be doing as a community to kind of promote different genres, more specifically the ones that we love, which is funk and jazz and soul?
I think from my experience here in San Diego, I haven't been here too long, but I've realized that the music community here is very strong. It's like a family. It's very strong. So we've each got each other's backs, but then I think when it comes to showtime and making new fans and following up, with social media, things are much different now. There's so much accessibility.
Yeah.
Like geography is no longer something that can hold us back from communicating. We can find all kinds of people all over the world. There are people looking for this, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I think if you're paying attention and you do a good job, especially in the music has to be number one. But if you're paying attention to those that are listening, showing up to, your concerts, your gigs, everything, those are the people you're catering to. I think those are the people that, and you want them to talk about it and tell more people. And I think that's how it grows. I think in the beginning it's slow and might be difficult, but, you keep at it, you keep working hard, investing the time, the effort, and sacrifices, especially sacrifice.
That definitely is the case. What's the old adage? Musician. What's the definition? A guy who spends $5,000 on gear, puts it in a $1,500 car, drives 500 miles to make $50.
Something like that.
So
I'd like to personally too. I'd like to see more harmony amongst these sort of players. Like we've all had this discussion too. Many of the people that I know too is the fusion of funk, jazz, Afro-Cuban. A lot of times there's sort of a faction between the strict Cuban players and the strict jazz heads and this and that. And when you try to come together to create this new sound, like we talked about in the old days, you create this new sound. And that's hard to find, man. And not so much that they don't want to do it, it's just the time you're talking about, and where's it going to go, and is it a guarantee? It's a hard situation, but I'm still fighting for that. So.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think this business is not about guarantees. It's about what my man here said. It's about just playing from the heart and doing whatever you can. And there's the purists out there. I think that are like really like it has to be this and it has to be that, and we all run into that. But like you guys, your sound, you can hear different types of things in there. What would you categorize? I mean, it's funk and jazz. But how would you categorize it?
I coined the phrase modern vintage.
Modern vintage.
Modern vintage. Obviously, we didn't grow up in the '60s, but we listen to the music. So we
buy drums for the Pacific Sound to play on Radio Bandiego.
Right. Yeah. So it's a modern vintage sound, a retro throwback, reintroducing your ears to a fresh sound type of thing. Back to the Future.
Here we go. Marty McFly here, everybody.
No Chuck Berry on this set.
And Chris does do a good job of letting us put our own spin on certain things. It's not like we're locked down to have to. So, I mean, being pros, we all know what's going to work and sound right. So,
definitely. How about other Chris? You're quiet. Bass players aren't supposed to be quiet, man. You got to go out,
here.
dude.
I'm a shy guy.
If we're gonna get out there and get the ladies, we have to work harder.
And you go to
do. It's just a fact,
Yeah.
I'm with it. But you're a good looking guy. I have a harder time, I should say. So, tell us, bass wise, what's your feel on the music that you guys are doing?
Well, a lot of it comes back to James Jamerson. I mean, he's the granddaddy of a whole lot of bass playing. So he's kind of where I started, and you know, he's the foundation for a lot of funk, and I mean, well, pretty much all funk. Like James Jamerson, you can't bypass him. So
no, that's he's a classic of all time.
yeah. So I try to go through and like comb those recordings for like the little gems, the little fills that he does, or little ways that he interacts with the drums.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of, for me, that's where everything started. Once I started hearing James Jamerson.
He did. He made it funky before there really was that term funk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the case. We got about a minute left, guys. What would you like to share with the audience before you guys go funk it up again?
Sure. Please come to our website, www.chrislougiermusic.com. That's CHRISLOUGEAY music.com. Sign up. Make sure you come check out our blog, our YouTube channel. Anybody else?
Reverb Nation.
Reverb Nation.
Yeah, go to Reverb Nation.
Facebook. Like us on Facebook. Yep.
DeemerNation.com, clothing.
How about you, Charlie? Where can they find your album and stuff?
Oh, you can find all my stuff on charliearbelaez.com. CharlieArbelaez.com.
Reverb Nation too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on Reverb Nation Facebook.
Well, hey, go ahead.
Hey, Florentino, thanks for having us here. Thanks for all your production, Paul and Tracy, for having us down here at Radio Bandiego. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are awesome. We're going to be hearing some great music here in a very short few minutes here, folks. This is Radio Bandiego, and we're all about the music. We're all about the artists, emerging artists, those ones that are taking off, especially from the funk side. We are powered by the Mighty WS Radio Network. You're going to stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss this. Be right back.